brought to you by WikiVidi documentaries. David Coulthard. David Marshall Coulthard, known as DC, is a British former Formula One racing driver turned presenter, commentator and journalist. He was runner-up in the 2001 Formula One World Drivers' Championship, driving for McLaren. Coulthard began karting at the age of 11 and achieved early success before progressing to car racing in the British Formula Ford Championship and the Formula 3000 series. He first drove in Formula One with Williams F1 in the 1994 season, succeeding the late Ayrton Senna. The following year he won his first Grand Prix in Portugal, and then for the 1996 season he moved to McLaren. After winning 2 races in the 1997 season, he finished third in the World Drivers' Championship in the 1998 season. He won 5 races throughout 1999 and 2000 before finishing second in the Drivers' Championship to Michael Schumacher in 2001. 2 more victories followed between 2002 and 2003 before he left McLaren at the end of 2004. He moved to Red Bull in 2005 and secured their first podium a year later. Coulthard retired from Formula One racing at the end of 2008. After retiring from Formula One, Coulthard continued working with Red Bull as a consultant and joined the BBC as a commentator and pundit for their coverage of Formula One. He returned to active motorsports in 2010, joining Muck Motorsport in the Deutsche Touren Wagen Masters, and retired at the end of 2012. Coulthard has also participated in the Race of Champions, finishing runner-up in the Drivers' Cup in 2008, and winning the competition in 2014. Since 2016 he has worked as a commentator and analyst for Channel 4 after they took over the BBC's terrestrial television rights. Early life and career. Coulthard was born on the 27th of March 1971 in Twinholme, Kirkcudbrightshire, Scotland, one of 3 children of Duncan Coulthard and Elizabeth Joyce Coulthard, née Marshall. His family was connected to motor racing. His grandfather competed in the Monte Carlo Rally, and his father drove karts, becoming Scottish national champion. From an early age, motorsport was where his interest lay, later listing Formula One world champions Jim Clark, Nigel Mansell, and Alan Prost as his childhood heroes. Coulthard was educated at Kirkcudbright Academy, achieving 8.0 grades. Coulthard began karting when his father presented him with his first kart for his 11th birthday, having won several local karting championships including the Scottish Junior Kart Championship and the Scottish Kart Championship. Coulthard participated in events further down the UK, including title victory in the Cumbria Kart Racing Club Championship in 1985. Coulthard graded each race he entered on a scale of 1 to 10, with an additional column headlined performance. He later gave credit to David Leslie, Sr. and Jr. for allowing his career to develop. In 1989, Coulthard made the transition from karting to car racing by winning the British Formula Ford Championship, and became the first recipient of the McLaren Autosport Young Driver of the Year award, which allowed him to test a McLaren Formula One car. In 1990, Coulthard travelled to Belgium to compete in the EFDA Nations Cup for Great Britain and was partnered with Nicky Hart, where they finished 9th. During the year, Coulthard was selected by Vauxhall Motorsport to race in a one-off appearance in the British Touring Car Championship at Brands Hatch, where he finished 13th. He did not return to the series after suffering a leg injury in a Formula Vauxhall race at Spa-Francorchamps. For 1991, Coulthard signed with Paul Stewart Racing to compete in the British Formula 3 Series, taking 5 victories and finishing second in the championship behind Rubens Barrichello. Coulthard won the Macau Grand Prix and the Masters of Formula 3. He later travelled to the Fuji Speedway to compete in the annual Formula 3 Fuji Cup, taking pole position and finished second behind Jordi Gene. In 1992, he moved to the International Formula 3000 Series, where he suffered from a lack of competitiveness and finished 9th in the championship. For 1993, Coulthard joined Pacific Racing, taking 1 victory and finishing 3rd in the series. He entered the 24 Hours of Le Mans alongside John Nielsen and David Brabham for the Tour Jaguar Racing Team. The trio won the GT class, although they were later disqualified for a technical infringement. He moved to the Vortex team in 1994, which received investment from a private investor, allowing Coulthard to drive for the team. In his first and only race for the team held at Silverstone, Coulthard finished 3rd. 1994. Throughout 1993 and 1994, Coulthard was employed by Williams Grand Prix engineering team as their official test driver. A race seat became available after the death of Ayrton Senna in the 1994 San Marino Grand Prix. Coulthard received a telephone call from team principal Frank Williams to test the Williams car at Jerez circuit over 4 days, causing him to miss a Formula 3000 race at Pau. Making his debut in Spain, Coulthard qualified in 8th position, and was set to score a point before his engine failed 34 laps from the finish. He followed this up by scoring his first points with a 5th-place finish in Canada. Williams dropped Coulthard for the following race in France, allowing 1992 Drivers' Champion Nigel Mansell to make a one-off appearance due to pressure from engine supplier Renault. The move strained the relationship between Williams and Coulthard, who returned for the British Grand Prix, finishing 5th. For Germany, Williams introduced a revised version of their car, the Williams FW16B. He suffered back-to-back retirements in the next 2 races, but secured 3 consecutive point-scoring positions, including a podium finish with a 2nd place in Portugal. Mansell later returned to fill Coulthard's seat for the final 3 races of the season. Coulthard finished the season in 8th place, with Williams 2nd in the Constructors' Championship. For his role, Coulthard was awarded ITV Young Sports Personality of the Year and received an award at the BBC Scottish Sports Personality of the Year. In November, Coulthard became embroiled in a contract dispute. During the Australian Grand Prix, Coulthard chose to leave Williams and signed a contract with McLaren. Williams, however, insisted that they had the right to exercise their option to keep Coulthard, who was on a 3-year contract with the team. Coulthard's management argued that the Williams option was not binding. The dispute went to Formula One's Contract Recognition Board, who ruled in favor of Williams on the 14th of December, forcing Coulthard to stay with the team. Thank you for watching. Brought to you by WikiVidi Documentaries. Please like and subscribe below. Please like and subscribe below.